a year of trying to freelance business consulting, I actually pivoted to actually build like more of a traditional construction real estate company. And so from there, over the next 9 years to where it is today, DeVore Capital has grown into doing a lot of things in construction services, primarily with roofing. And from that, so many opportunities of kind of how we've grown has been stemmed from what we do with that service.
So you said a couple of things in that, right? So we grow and mature a lot, at least we should, from 35 to 45. Some of the things that you mentioned, right? So working 80 hours a week. So as your time as an entrepreneur, you find yourself working more than you did
Yeah, absolutely.
back then. You mentioned, the old corporation structure, like the good vision, good intentions, but like profit's king. Like if you're not making money, it really doesn't matter what your intentions are. You got to be able to do that. So do you understand some of that better now than you did 10 years ago? Having ran the business and grown the business
Yeah, I definitely would say yes to that. The thing about, just kind of talk about Fortune 500s and how they work. You got the CEO, you got the COOs, you got the CFO. Well, their boss is the board, and the board represents the shareholders. And the shareholders aren't making money, and then they're going to fire the CEO, they're going to fire the CFO. So they're pushing down, every level of the company to, hey, we got to do more to cut costs, to increase profit, to increase revenue. And, that's just the way it is.
Sure.
And so being exposed to that, I've worked for a couple of Fortune 500s, and I work for some very large private companies. And, got to kind of see how both of those kind of operate. I took a lot from. But I remember when I started DeVore Capital, I actually didn't want to have a kind of a Fortune 500 influence in the company. And that was good and bad. It was good that, we were small, we were agile, we had this, flexibility to do things. But over the years as we were trying to grow, I realized, well, there's a reason why Fortune 500s are very successful.
Sure.
They got processes, they got standards, they got culture, they did all these things. So all that came, and not that I didn't care about standards and processes, because I was guided by that as a corporate person, but I just wanted this complete like freedom from that. And as an individual, you can do that, but as you're trying to scale and grow a company, you can't really do that. You gotta have things in place, or you're just not gonna get any traction or momentum. So a lot of things that we've had to go through as far as growing pains probably could have been avoided had I understood these things. And the other thing that I didn't really do starting the company was think about the exit plan at the beginning. There's begin with the end in mind.
Sure.
I was just trying to replace my job income. I just wanted to not have to work for the man anymore. I was just trying, but then as it became, hey, let's actually build a company that is a leader in our community, in our region, and then to grow that to beyond where we want to exit out of it, where we could potentially build value, and for those who are helping to drive that value up, they can participate in it. So I didn't think about any of that stuff at the very beginning. So it wasn't until years on end, I'm like, oh man, this is important to do. We should get to that. So as much as I kind of felt like I maybe was bashing corporate at the very beginning of us having this conversation, a lot of respect for it. But I think taking the good, from that, and understanding, that those processes, they have value. There's reasons for it, and then putting it in, and then kind of, being true and authentic to the values that you say, instead it's not just about, bottom line, money. That would, I think that's important.
When you can blend the two, build a culture that can also produce what the company needs to produce to be able to build legacy for them as individuals, for the company, for the CEO's family, and then ultimately have an organization that is that you can exit from, that can be sold, that has not just sentimental value and income value for yourself, but we see it all the time. You know, the large entities come in and buy companies because they have value. They've became a leader in this space. They've learned how to build a culture that people want to work for, and those companies get bought up.